for the stream to fire up all across the internet. We're here with EricsHouse. Let's just make sure that all the connections are alive and well before we kick the program off into high gear. I can see that we're now live on multiple different platforms. We're over on YouTube at EricsHouse88. We're also over on Facebook as well, number of different platforms. All across. Okay, so that was good. So we're working out a couple quick kinks, but I think we're live and well, so that means we can go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second annual EricsHouse fundraising event. We're so grateful that you are here. You can see that let me introduce myself. My name is Robert Gruler. I'm here with my mother, Marianne Govea, and my father, Greg Eckerman, both here, a part of EricsHouse. We've got an amazing day planned. We've got 5 hours of content that we're going to get through today. And I know that sounds like a lot, but we're going to break that down into a lot of really amazing bite-sized chunks. And we're hopeful that you can stick around and enjoy it with us. And the first question that you may be having is, 5 hours? Do I really need to be here the whole time? And the answer obviously is yes, you do, of course. We've got amazing things that we're going to get into. And so I'd love to sort of turn that over to my mother over here, Marianne. Mom, you want to tell us a little bit about what we can be expecting here today?
Well, thank you, Rob. For those of you who know Rob, you probably know me as Rob's mom. I'm also Eric's mom. And as Rob said, we're here at EricsHouse in the beautiful Paradise Valley area in Arizona. Welcome to our second annual fundraiser, which we host on October 10th every year, which is World Mental Health Day. It's an important day for people across the globe who struggle with mental health challenges. And it's an important day for us because EricsHouse works with people and families who have been impacted by devastating loss. We specialize in suicide and substance-related losses. And so thank you for being here today. And I'd like to introduce Greg, Robbie's dad, my husband. Greg.
Hi, I'm Greg Eckerman. Today's really important for us. This is our primary fundraiser for the year, and it is, it is our opportunity to enable ourselves to provide the support that our members need. And so our goal for the day, our goal for this fundraiser overall is $100,000. And we'll keep you apprised of how we're progressing through the day. Our other goal is to share information about how we do what we do with our members, how we support them, the variety of modalities that we have to provide that support, and at the same time to also entertain you a little bit.
Awesome. And so we have a quick agenda, right, Mother, that we want to share, talk a little bit about?
Well, we do. Our agenda for the day is published in a couple of different locations. Many of you received it in an email, and it's also published on our website. But let me share some of the highlights of the day. First of all, some of our segments are recorded, and some of our segments are live. So you'll learn a little bit about EricsHouse and what we do here. But we also have some fun things planned throughout the day. We have some special guests, Jan Diatri, who is a local media VIP here in the Phoenix area. We have the CEO from Mother's Grace, who does work in our community to help moms who are struggling. And we have the CEO of an organization called Not My Kid, who really works with youth in the Valley, and they help to keep them on the straight and narrow path and make sure they're safe and healthy. And so we'll be hearing from them about what they're doing in the community and how they can interface with EricsHouse. We also have some fun things. We have an expert in breath work. She'll be talking about how breath work can help people, especially during their grief. And we have a few other things that are just kind of fun. One important note is that throughout the day we have some giveaways, and those giveaways are given to people who are the top donor in individual segments. We have a Reiki giveaway for a session with Jean Niktakis, a Reiki master. We have a tapping session for emotional freedom technique tapping with Jamie Lee Silver, and I think you'll be hearing from Jamie also in the agenda. We have breath work by Dr. Kathleen Rickard, and we have a reading with a popular medium that goes by The Medium Who Makes a Difference, Melinda Vale. And so at the end of the day, we will be announcing who the winner is for those 4 giveaways. At 4:30, of course, these times are Arizona times. At 4:30, we will be unveiling our most recent project, which is our Tree of Life. You can't see it. It's covered by a tarp. But if you tune in at 4:30, we will unveil a beautiful Tree of Life, and we'll talk about how that is designed to help people memorialize their loved ones and also be part of upcoming fundraising campaigns.
Amazing. Yeah, so we have a ton of stuff, action-packed day of hope and healing, and we hope you can be a part of it. There are a number of different ways that you can help. So wherever you're watching this, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're all over the place. We're also at givebutter.com. The link is in the description below. And so if you click that link, you're going to be able to watch it there as well, but you'll also be able to make a donation. Of course, EricsHouse operates off your support. We wouldn't be able to do the work that we do and help the world heal without your support. And so, of course, a financial contribution would be very much appreciated. But there's also a lot that you can do to help outside and apart from just a financial contribution. Wherever you're watching this right now, a share, if you just press that share button, or if you hop onto your profile and you tag somebody that you might find this useful, that would be very helpful. Or leave a comment or throw a question in the chat, and we're going to do our best to monitor all of that and then answer your questions as we go throughout the program today. One of the biggest reasons why I think this is so important is because you never know when you're going to be the first domino in somebody else's journey, their road to recovery. And this is an important concept that I learned sort of early in my journey, was that sometimes those little nudges from people, or those little taps on the shoulder, is all it takes for somebody to see something a little bit differently and then connect with a bigger community, something that will help them heal. And so I know that when I was going through my experience with my brother, I was very much wanting to isolate, and that wasn't really ideal for me. And so there were several people who were that first domino who kind of gave me that tap on the shoulder and then got me engaged with the bigger community. And so even just a share or a comment or something that might seem minor to you right now really can go a long way in helping somebody else get connected with this community. And of course, we all know, and we're going to hear a lot about it today, but the world is going through something right now. And now it's sort of more pertinent than ever that we stay connected as a community. And so EricsHouse is dedicated to doing that. And so I think we're going to jump into our next segment, correct? Anything else, Mother? Anything else, Greg?
Well, no, just thank you very much for joining. Greg, final comments?
If you know somebody who's bereaved by one of these tragic losses, send them our way. There's no reason for people to feel that they've got to go through this alone.
Absolutely. All right, very good. Well, we're going to swap over now. We've got Jamie Lee Silver, who is going to be swapping in here, coming on in. We're going to be talking about the helping people heal in healthy ways. Jamie Lee is the director of programs, and so she'll be joining me here shortly. We're just swapping some stuff out. She's coming on in. And there she is, getting settled in. We've got Jamie Lee Silver. Scoot on in here a little bit. Let's get into the camera. How are you today, Jamie?
I'm awesome.
Well, we're so
excited to be here.
We're grateful that you are here. And so you're going to be walking us through helping people heal in healthy ways. And so we've got a presentation right here. And so can I turn it over to you?
Absolutely. I'm here to talk about EricsHouse. I love EricsHouse. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And I'm going to let you know what we do with people when you refer them to us, or when you come yourself for our services, how we deliver them and what they are.
Amazing. Okay, so we've got our first slide up here.
Sure. EricsHouse Unique Services. We serve people who are suffering from deep and sudden grief by helping heal the whole person, mind, body, spirit. And we support people here in Paradise Valley, but now with the magic of Zoom,
Yeah.
of course, we are worldwide now. I myself, some of you who know me who are watching know that my son Ben died by suicide about 6 years ago. And ever since then, I've been preparing myself and learning and teaching how can I help others. And here's how we help you.
Amazing. And so the next slide we have here, this is the EricsHouse vision.
Yeah, we inspire hope, healing, and new beginnings for all people bereaved by suicide, substance abuse, and sudden loss. Many times people will come to us and do our welcome session where we get to know them and they get to know us. And that is life-changing in itself because we are able to instill hope that there is transformation after great loss, and then we show them the way.
Exactly right. And a lot of people, I think hope is so important because a lot of people just, it sort of evaporates. You kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And so here is how EricsHouse helps in that support. Walk
Yes.
us through this.
Yes. Well, one important thing I want to tell you is, of course, that your donations pay for us to be able to give our services. It's very hard, and it was for me, and I know for many people, to find someone to be able to help them after this kind of loss and be able to really listen. And what we offer is very low cost. It's either $30 a session, $25 a session, or we do offer scholarships because of you. And thank you so much. So we do one-on-one grief support in person or via Zoom. And our approach is called grief companioning. We follow the teachings of Dr. Alan Wolfeld. And grief companioning is rooted in the idea that we live in a society that doesn't know how to mourn, doesn't know, it's adverse to emotions. And we help people be able to talk about their loved one in individual sessions, tell us and share, and that the very nature of doing those things helps people to heal. So we have one-on-one support. We also offer group support, and our groups are very special. Once everybody has introduced themselves to everyone else, they're a closed group. So you're not going to get a new person all the time. And what that allows us to do is build community, make friends. And we also follow the 6 needs of mourning from Dr. Wolfeld's Center for Loss and Life Transitions and meet each of those needs and help people with that. So our groups are really important. There's also a men's group, and there's a mother's group, and a suicide loss and substance abuse loss. Those will be starting up again in January, and they're available via Zoom, and we hope to be able to start up in person at some point. But right now they're available being Zoom, which is good for the people who live far away from here. Anyone can join. We offer many kinds of holistic healing. We are mind, body, and spirit, which makes us unique in all the world for what we do for people who are grieving. I teach EFT, emotional freedom techniques. What that does is allows the nervous system to calm down so the healing of the body, the mind, and soul can take place. There will be a demonstration later, and I'm also offering a session for the person during this session or during my session who offers the highest amount in donation. We offer spiritual direction. Many times people suffering these losses, they're bereaved, they're torn apart. Their whole framework of life as they knew it just shatters. And we help them put that back together. We offer health coaching. You'll hear from Dr. Kathy shortly during our day today, and she talks about the physical aspects of grieving and certain things that she recommends, including deep breathing, to help continually heal the body from this trauma. that has occurred. We also offer Reiki, and we can do that at a distance. And this is all part of the package that we offer people at very low cost. They can choose from our menu, they can choose what they want to do. We offer sound healing and more. We're always adding to our list of what we're doing. And we are a community, a tribe, if you will. We are people who are joined together in healing. So during COVID, we couldn't do so much face-to-face. Now we're starting to do more. Coming up on the 20th, I'll be there, many of us will be there, is our full moon labyrinth walk. Please come out for a wonderful evening with candles and a fire to honor your loved one and honor your life. And we have a labyrinth right in the backyard. So we're going to be having holiday celebrations, workshops, retreats, and special events. So we also have outsourced services. We are not counselors. We're not licensed counselors. What we are is peer-to-peer support. And sometimes people need licensed counselors. So we will refer you to our community of licensed counselors that can help you. So you really get a very well-rounded area of how we help people. How are we doing on time, Robin?
We're
Can't
good.
wait
We're
to
good.
see
I
the
think
fun.
we got plenty of time.
Oh, good. So, did you have some questions, or I can tell you some stories about some people who've come in?
Well, I was just thinking about some of the things you mentioned. So
Yes.
so the men's group, for example,
Yes.
was something that I was a part of for quite some time, and it was very powerful, you know,
Yeah.
and it was something that I didn't even recognize would be so powerful, you know,
Yes.
and I didn't realize at the time these sort of, you know, women grieve differently than men,
Yeah.
you know, and so when you were able to sort of, you know, create this kind of safe space, you know, to use 2021 language, we have an environment where you can really be open and you can sort of experience how other people going through your same type of journey are also experiencing the same type of grief. It's a really weird type of connection that I don't think you can get anywhere else. So I'd really encourage, you know, those types of events, and EricsHouse does a great job organizing those.
I love that, and such a good point. After my son died, I just thought I could never connect with how could anybody ever know what I was experiencing?
Right.
And I didn't want them to.
Right.
So finding like-minded people who had been through the same thing is really the key. The group that I co-facilitate is for mothers mourning children. And that is a unique population.
Yeah.
There's really, you know, unfortunately, there's many people who are in that situation. And why I got involved with this and trying to help people in any way I could is that I know with grief, sometimes the process of just going down just starts happening.
Right.
And EricsHouse reaches their hand down so we can pull you back up and walk with you through your grief into transformation. And remember, and I'm sure you know about this too, that there's a huge ripple effect. Like this happened to the Silver family in Downers Grove when my son died, but his entire community, everyone is affected. And the more I could strengthen my resources and find ways to heal, the more it affects everybody. And that's true in any one of these situations. But first of all, people need to heal themselves.
Yes.
Before they don't just do anything. But help us, help you by healing your heart. And you can trust us. It's confidential, and we work with love.
Yes. Love that. Do we have anything else on any more?
I think our last slide here, we have a couple of things to show.
Very good.
And there are impact numbers.
Okay, here we go.
So just this last year, 100% of our clients received subsidized services, all of them. 60% are scholarships because of you. Our annual budget is $275,000. In 2020, we had 589 sessions, 86 group sessions. We have a broad reach, and you are helping us make that even broader. We're in person and virtual, 10 states in the US, the UK, Canada, and Mexico, and still expanding through all of our efforts. So please, wherever you're watching from, or if you've received an email from us, please share it with your friends. This is such a unique and wonderful cause.
It really is, and it's not possible without your support, right? And so I just got handed a sticky note from the team, and we're off to an amazing start. We just raised $5,484 in the first 20 minutes, which is just amazing. And so thank you to everybody who is going over to Give Butter. There's a link wherever you're watching this. It should be the first link. Just click that button. Head on over there. And if you are watching on YouTube and you submit a super chat or anything like that, of course, all of that is going over to EricsHouse. All of it will be donated over there. And so that brings our total to $32,851 on the day. And we're just getting started. So we've got a whole afternoon ahead of us. And as Jamie was mentioning, right, this is not possible. We're not able to do all of this without your support. And there really is just a ton of healing here. As you were talking, Jamie, there was a memory I had when we first started the men's and the women's groups. The men's group, so we kind of jumped over this, but we're actually in a house, right? We're in Eric's house. And so it's a big, beautiful house that was donated. And when I first started going to the men's group was on one side of the house and the women's group was on the other side of the house, and they were taking place right around the same time. And it was just very interesting to just listen to the different groups. The men's group was kind of quiet, and everybody's kind of being tough in there. And then on the women's group, right, a lot more emotion. You can kind of hear it through the walls on the other side of the house. And it was a very interesting experience. Two different sets of people healing in their own ways, connecting with other people, and just pushing through. And one of the biggest takeaways that I got was, it doesn't really matter how much pain you're in at that moment. There's always going to be somebody who's newer on the journey than you are, and you got that one day of living with and sort of working through your grief. There's somebody that doesn't have that much time under their belt, and so it may feel like you don't know where to go with this, but you can always turn back and help that next person who's sort of behind you. Help show them, right? I can make it a week, I can make it a month, I can make it a year, and that's a really inspirational thing that happens at Eric's house. And so anything else, Jamie, anything else before we take an actual tour of Eric's house? That's where we're jumping into next.
Every person who comes to Eric's house is treated with love. In Eric's honor. Isn't that a beautiful thing? In your brother's honor.
It is a beautiful thing. It's it's healing for everybody. I think we're doing it in all of our. It's humbling to be a part of it. And I'm so grateful that we have amazing people like you who are willing to help push the cause forward, because we know that the world needs it today. So that is it from you, Miss Jamie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So once again, these are our impact numbers, and we're going to jump into a tour of Eric's house. This is a big thank you, and this is from Rumi. So now let's take a quick look at the actual tour of Eric's house. This is going to be hosted by my mother and my father, Miss Marianne Govea. Let's take a look at what we're working with here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marianne Govea,
And I'm Greg Ackerman.
and we are the co-founders of Eric's House. Eric's House is a nonprofit organization that is located in beautiful Paradise Valley, Arizona. And we provide bereavement support for people who have suddenly lost someone they love. And we specialize in suicide and substance-related losses.
As you can see, even as we approach the front door, we project a feeling of tranquility and welcome.
Eric's House was named after our son, Eric. Eric died when he was 27 years old. He had a high school injury, and he became addicted to prescription opioids. And after a long struggle, he transitioned to heroin. And after an even longer struggle, he decided to end his life. For me, finding support after Eric died was really difficult, as it was for our whole family. And so Greg and I decided that, well, we would just create a capability to support healing, mind, body, and spirit. And that's what we did. This is our dandelion room. It's a beautiful room. We have a gorgeous fish tank. We have a lending library with a variety of books from living to dying. And we have a beautiful mural of a dandelion. The dandelion is our icon. Most people think the dandelion is a weed, but it's actually a beautiful yellow flower that has the ability to survive in even the toughest of environments.
And this is our family room. Our EricsHouse family frequently gathers here. This is a place where we do small group meetings. We do a lot of individual conversations and socializing. One of the things you notice on entry to our family room is that we have some beautiful artwork. We have been blessed by generous donations from local artists who've been moved by our mission. We have a lithograph from Ed Mell, a very well-known Arizona artist who does many abstract landscapes. We have a beautiful desert sunset landscape by Dave Flitner. And the angel picture, which stands over our fireplace, was donated by Cara Paps Moran.
Beautiful piece. The name of that painting is Angelic, and it definitely suits the purpose for the work that we do in that room. Let me introduce you to Jim Joseph. Jim Joseph is a special needs man, and he was brutally murdered. And of course, his mom has been a big part of EricsHouse, really almost from the very beginning. She was generous enough to donate a whole kitchen. We received all kinds of catering equipment and dishes and pots and pans and silverware and condiments. And the kitchen is a really important part of our mission at EricsHouse because we believe in creating community.
You'll notice that many of the rooms in EricsHouse are dedicated to individuals and are set up as memorials, as the kitchen was for Jim Joseph. The first of these is Adam's room.
Adam's room is a very special room. We do a lot of one-on-one support in that room. Adam was a performing musician. He had 2 albums. Adam died of a fentanyl overdose the night before he was to go into rehab.
And this is Mark's room. Mark died suddenly of a heart attack. And as you walk into the room, you'll notice the huge wall that's covered with a picture of a beautiful lake. That's Lake Chautauqua in New York, place where Mark grew up and the place that was very near and dear to his heart. You'll also notice a plaque on the wall with a quote from a Kenny Loggins song, "Please Celebrate Me Home," one of his favorites.
And this is Connor's room. You can see Connor's Sacred Heart. He had that as a young man. And he has an I am statement from his high school days. It says, "I am an open, intelligent, and powerful soldier of the Savior who reaches out to the earth with the power of the Holy Spirit." Connor Costello, 2000. Connor died in 2008 from a heroin overdose. And we love his room. We do all kinds of really fun and interesting things in his room.
One of the standout pieces in Connor's room is a beautiful giclée that was donated by Charles Paps, another very well-known local artist. Kind of sets the tone for the room. And if you have the opportunity to look at it very closely, look for the hiker. There's a tiny little hiker in the middle of this. And notably, both Connor and Eric were avid outdoorsmen and hikers.
We do all kinds of things in this room, from one-on-one grief support to group support. But we also do a lot of our holistic therapies in this room, like Reiki. sometimes health coaching, sometimes body work, sometimes acupuncture.
Now we move outdoors to the property around Eric's house. And one of the first things you'll notice is our labyrinth. Our labyrinth was built and designed and built by volunteers from Eric's house with love. And it's probably one of our most popular features. We have a monthly full moon labyrinth walk with the accompaniment of a gong. It's a beautiful candle ceremony and seems to draw a very consistent following every month. You see the surroundings. We sit at the base of Mummy Mountain, surrounded by beautiful Sonoran desert. And the setting is just very peaceful and calming. Very near the labyrinth, we have a small Mary Grotto, a beautiful little garden that's set off in a corner by itself. And it has become a meditation space, a very tranquil little spot where people can have one-on-one intimate conversations with one another or sit by themselves and meditate.
And one of the things we like to say about Eric's house is that love lives here. Anyone who enters our door is filled with support. We hold them up. We love them. We hug them. We nurture them. We help them with their struggle as it relates to their grief.
So if you or someone you know is struggling with these devastating losses, please know that you don't have to do it alone. We're here to help.
Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. So that was Eric's house, and as you can see, it's a beautiful piece of property. A lot of healing takes place here, and a lot of thanks goes out to everybody who has helped to build this place into what it is, including the labyrinth and all of the other amazing things. Next up, we have a memorial presentation that is dedicated to remembering those that we have lost. Here it is.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived, since you arrived.
Beautiful memorial presentation. And just wanted to welcome somebody who stopped by, Billy Harfosh. He's over with iHeartRadio. Welcome to EricsHouse, Billy.
Rob, thank you for having me. I wish that everybody watching right now could be here with us. And I just got my first tour of EricsHouse, and I am wowed. I'm in awe of everything you guys have going on here. It's an incredible place, and I feel very peaceful here. It's incredible what you all are doing. So kudos to everyone involved.
Well, we really appreciate you being here, and we appreciate your support of EricsHouse. I know that you've had some people from our team over on your show, and you've helped us to promote and sort of get the message out. Can you tell us a little bit about your program? Yeah,
so my show is called Show Up Arizona. It airs across the state of Arizona on 18 iHeart radio stations, and we do a lot of celebrity stuff, political stuff. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to make a difference in a positive way, and it's through organizations like this. And we're trying to give a platform and give a microphone and highlight things that actually matter and actually make a change in our community. That's what you guys are doing here today.
Well, we really appreciate your support. While you're here, I want to announce that we had a donation just came in. This was in memory of the donor's son. His name is Chase, lost his life to an accidental fentanyl overdose January 23rd of 2021. So that's still very recent. Yeah, obviously a lot of this is still going on, and it's very prevalent out there. And so where can people connect with you if they want to sort of follow your work and continue to stay in touch?
Sure. Yeah, you can follow me. The best way is obviously social. Facebook, Instagram, at Billy Harfosh. You can follow me there. And I did want to say, on my show, we've had attorney generals, everyone running for office, governors and stuff, and I'm bringing up this fentanyl issue to all of the powers that be in our state. It is a real thing. It is incredibly, unfortunately, it's happening all the time. And I don't know if enough people understand it crosses all barriers, race, economic, It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. This is happening in our state, in our community. So we need to keep speaking up about that. And I'm just happy that all of your watchers, your viewers today are understanding that fentanyl is a real problem, and it's okay to have an open conversation, an open dialogue, because that's the only way we make change.
Totally agree with that. Yeah, bring it out into the sunlight so that we can talk about it and actually address it. And one of the difficult things with fentanyl is, a lot of people are highly aware of it when it's sort of, active. Somebody's actively addicted to it, or they're in the throes of addiction, or they're dealing with that and they're alive. But oftentimes, once that unfortunate tragedy happens, once we lose that person, there's often, a lot less resources for the family, the people who are sort of left in the blast zone of that tragic loss. And so, we really appreciate all your help out there, continuing to communicate with the people, the powers that be, to address this. We really appreciate your work, Billy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for having me on.
We're grateful to have you here. All right, and so we're jumping into next. We have a segment here from Jan Diatri. Very exciting. She's going to be teaching us about animals and healing. This is called Angels, Animals with Jan Diatri. Here we go.
Hi everyone, this is Jan Diatri. I've been in the media, on television, radio, and in newspapers for 46 years here in Arizona, so much of my life has been very public. But a glimpse into my personal life reveals my true passion, love, and respect for animals. In fact, I have 24 of them, all rescues of every size, shape, species, and personality. Now, a lot's been written about the therapeutic benefits of pets and how they help you live longer, happier, and healthier lives. And I can tell you that it's true. But I really realize their magic in times of grief. These amazing creatures can step in when humans can't, providing unconditional love and a sense of calm and peace. I call them my angels from above. And they've helped me through many tragedies in my life. The loss of a brother at a very young age, the loss of my father, who was my best friend, and occasional heartaches from the rough and tumble of life. There were times that I didn't or couldn't talk to a person, but my pets were there to fill the void. They provided distraction, and they brought me joy. Also, with animals, there's always a need greater than your own. They need you. You matter to them, and that gives you purpose. Yes, animals are loving healers and often the best therapists you can have. Recently, I did a short video of my little menagerie. It was during feeding time. I thought you might like getting to know the gang that has provided so much relief from grief. Hi everyone, welcome to the Rancho. I've posted pictures of my family now and then, and you've heard me talk about my family, 24 rescues. Yes, I have a very furry family, but I love my home because I love my pets. They fill my heart. There's always a need greater than mine, so it really keeps me centered. And they are my everything. Right now, it's a pretty busy time of the day because it's feeding time, so I thought you would enjoy coming along with me as I feed some pretty hungry mouths. You ready? Let's go. Hey, girlie. Hi. Cassie the crazy cowgirl is our dog. Would you believe she's a cross between a beagle and an Australian shepherd? What? Yeah, that's how crazy she is. She's got toys galore. She plays all day long. She's the sweetest. Frankie, you're so gorgeous. So Frankie is our sulcata tortoise, and when we got him, he was the size of $1. And now he's bigger than a tire, and he is the sweetest, neatest animal. I mean, he's just gonna grow and grow and grow. And if you have a sulcata tortoise, you have to put him in your will because they're gonna way outlive you. And look at, he's got an appetite. Salvi is my Sicilian burro. Salvatore. He is the love of my life. He's my little soulmate, my buddy. I absolutely adore him. I can't kiss him enough, and he gets so sick of getting lipstick marks on his nose, but I just adore him. And we're on a diet, so he's got to lose 150 pounds. So he's got a pretty strict diet. So the Sicilian burros have a cross. All of them have a cross, and the saying goes that Jesus